On the night that there were two candidate forums at the same time, how did you decide which one to cover?
I had to go with Duncanville. The mayor guaranteed he was going to be reelected, and of course, the balance of power on the council is definitely up for grabs there, and that's been a very controversial issue right now. Just with all the Mayor David Green's opponent, Rose Renfro, said that she's going to actually be able to end the infighting, and good luck with that, because it's been going on for a very long time apparently. But she thinks she can get the council to get along and agree on things, and just hopefully be a lot less just disagreeable, I guess you would say, during their meetings, where they're not yelling at each other and threatening to banging gavels at each other, and just generally behaving in a way that most citizens aren't really very happy with.
Now, are they really that disagreeable, or are there just a few moments that kind of get blown up by the media? And what are the issues that divide them so?
Lately, it's been amazingly quiet. They've had a lot of agendas where almost everything gets approved 7-0. I don't know what brought that on. Maybe I think they've realized, maybe they've actually gone home, watched some of the meetings, and realized that it doesn't make the city look very good. But economic development is a huge thing. Right now, there are 3 council members that I think would like to stop a lot of what they feel is excessive spending on some economic development projects, and to make sure that that everybody shares in the economic development, and not just, the term good old boy deals was thrown around just constantly at the last candidates forum. So that's definitely what's going to be up for grabs, is how the city of Duncanville is going to spend its money and how it's going to develop in the upcoming years.
And what were some of the other highlights of the candidates forum? What were some of the other words and phrases and fun twists and turns that you got to cover?
Definitely, the questions just fell almost perfectly. They were selected at random, but they seemed to go right to the race where they were the most important. Like Grady Smithy, who's running he was actually on the council for almost 2 decades. He got defeated last time, and he's running again. Big transportation supporter, and he actually got the question about how do transportation issues affect the best Southwest, and it was at a great moment. You couldn't have scripted it any better. He just looks up at this guy like, am I first on this? Yeah, you get to speak first. Thank you, Lord. And everybody just cracks up, because they knew that if he had picked a question for himself, that would have been the one. And then in the mayor's race, one of the questions came out, what have you done for Duncanville prior to seeing this position? And that's been a huge question with Rose Renfro, because I've been covering the area for 7 years now. I didn't even really know who she was until she started running for mayor. So that's a huge point, and really I didn't feel like she had a great response to that question. She talked a lot about the Cherry Pit, which is the swingers club that I'm sure you've heard about over there. And
this is, for those who don't know, this was a home where swingers were congregating and having parties, and so the city council voted to make such parties illegal, and it was kind of a precedent-setting free speech case about where city government ends and gatherings in private homes begin.
And the owner says he's still going to bring some kind of a lawsuit, so the issue is apparently not dead, but that just, we had no idea why the Cherry Pit was coming up, and in response to a question about what have you done for Duncanville prior to running for office. Then toward the end of that question, she mentioned that she had helped with early voting, whereas Mayor Green was able to stand there and, list his accomplishments with various civic organizations and being on the council for several years. And it just, up until that point, I thought they were scoring points pretty evenly, but I think he got her on that one.
So when he says that he's guaranteeing victory, it's not that he's actually going to hide the ballot boxes and just say that he's won it again. Okay.